Hi guys, another potato review from me. This time it's another second year plant which was grown from microtubers from Blå Congo. The first year when I grew it from botanical seeds, I got something very interesting. The tubers were tiny and looked a lot like moose droppings. So we will see what the plant is giving us this year. I thought the shape was very funny, and maybe they got a little bit bigger this year, but it's totally possible that they're very small and remind you of the leftovers from some moose. So we'll see. First thing I see is a nice fat worm. That's good. Second thing I see is not good, because this is a wireworm. They eat my potatoes. Oh. Yeah. Purple moose droppings. Oh, something bigger. That's the leftovers from the seed potato. If you wait for the plant to truly be done with growing, you don't get mushy, yucky surprises when finding the seed potato. Most times I find the seed potato is just the skin left, so no yucky surprise. I had these plants grow on the south side of the house, which usually isn't a problem, but this year was so hot that they didn't like to be there. So the plants didn't look very happy at all. And they seem to be punishing me with a tiny harvest from a big pot. That pot has about 40 liters, and I had 2 seed potatoes in there. that seems to be all. A little disappointing. From 2 seed potatoes you should get more. And there's, not sure if you can see, but there's entrance holes from wire worms. They like eating potatoes, and they're all over my soil because I grow a lot of them. There's some plants which they don't like, marigolds for example, so I'm growing them in between the potatoes, but it doesn't help much most times. And here you can see some of the damage the wire worm does. It eats just through the potato. So while I do enjoy the bright purple of these, and the taste was good last year, but the yield is just, they're not yielding good, and the color is not too interesting. It's just white with a little purple. I can open another one. Those are not thrown away, I will just eat them, but that's not a keeper variety for me. So bad yield sometimes happens, even if you're using good varieties to breed. There's just so much variation in the genes of the potatoes that sometimes they throw you some offspring that just is not a good producer. Even in the heat this year, from 2 plants grown from tubers, should be more harvest than 500 grams. And I was keeping them watered all the time. So even though the heat messed a little bit with the production, shouldn't be that bad. So not a keeper. But I'll move on and do a second reveal. I'm just getting the bags with the potato plants, and we'll do another reveal because that's barely enough for dinner, so I need more. Just a second. Here we go with the next bonus plants. In this bag I had 2 different plants, and the little pot had 1 plant. It's Asterix open pollinated, the one which had the red or pink potatoes in a previous reveal, so maybe there might be something interesting, but I'm almost hoping that it's no keepers and we can just eat them because I need some potatoes for dinner. So let's see. In spring I was running out of containers, so I was planting in some bags. It worked quite nice, no problems with it, so I might do that in the future again, because the bags just don't take much room. Okay, that's some white ones, long ones. And there seem to be some tiny red speckles on them. Probably can't tell on the camera, but they seem to have some red speckles scattered around. And there's some little leftovers from the paper bags where I was growing the potatoes indoors. So that's an interesting one. The long shape is quite neat. I got some green ones. Those are the ones I will be planting next year if I keep these ones. I like the shape. And the second plant from the bag seems like it did not develop any tubers. It died quite early, and when you're planting two different potatoes in one bag, you always have the risk that one plant is growing better than the other and just overgrows the other plant, so you won't get a yield from it. So the question is if that's good or bad. It's early Darwin, so it's not giving you a yield from a plant that possibly could be interesting, but the stronger plant wins, and in the end the best varieties are always the fast growing and strong ones. So it's okay for me that I did not get anything from the second plant. The open pollinated berry from Asterix was kind of a bonus plant because I did not plan any cross with it and just found a berry. So that's fine. And nice roots and a big worm. And another white one. So that's one open pollinated Asterix, and that's the other one. I kind of prefer the shape of these. It's something more unusual. These ones seem to be the standard oval shaped ones. But I'm not sure if I will keep any. Maybe this one. Depends on how good it tastes. But it's yellow inside, and this one is yellow too inside, so they're not too interesting for me. If this one really is delicious, I'll keep 1 or 2 seed tubers from it, but if it's just average taste, they'll go to the kitchen. There's more to come, more interesting colors and more interesting flowers on the plants, so I think that's food. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the potato reveal and my random comments about potatoes, and see you next time.